Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Coolo Guy coming at you live with another Minecraft video. So in last, or like 2 weeks episode, I talked about how I wanted to show off our little Minecraft world, so this is it. I basically have been surviving and thriving in this world, and we've come a long way with doing stuff, so I just kind of wanted to explain it. So this is our very first house that the four of us started playing in when we created the world, and as you can see, it's pretty cool looking. We've all kind of disbanded from it except for Anthony and Jesus, and they still live here. So this is Anthony's room. As you can see, he has a lot of gold, so there's like gold armor everywhere because this man has an unnecessary amount of gold. This is his library that he just uses for enchanting, as you would do with a library. Down here is his brewing room, and this is pretty useful because Anthony sells potions, and that's basically how we like survive in this world, or not really survive, but how we make a lot of our money and expensive resources is we all sell and trade with each other. So this is Jesus' portion of the house, and as you can see, he's balling because he has made his house out of really expensive material and really rare material, except for redstone, but redstone isn't that easy to get, especially in this large of an amount. So that's Jesus' really nice portion of the house. If you come outside, this is what it looks like from the outside. That's the front entrance, obviously. So yeah, the house is pretty big, like I said, and this tower is like, so when we first started up, we all had our own rooms, and we all had to design them in our own special way. And what I wanted to do to be unique and like stand out a little bit and also be funny was build like a gigantic, unnecessary tower. So as you can see, that little thing sticking up was the gigantic tower. It was that width, except for it went all the way up to the sky limit, but when I moved out, I took the wood with me, which is now most of the village, so that, like, that's what you'll see when you go over there. Next, we have these two rail systems. One goes to Juan's house, which is by that white beacon over there, and the other goes all the way to my house. So we'll stop at Juan's house since it's on the way, and I can show that off. The rail systems were, oh my god, I hate them. They break the rail systems sometimes and don't fix it, so it's annoying. But the rail systems were pretty annoying to make, but in the long run they save a lot of time with going across the entire world, so they're pretty useful. This is Juan's house. What do these signs say? Add me on. Juan wants you to add him on Snapchat, so that's his Snapchat, that's his Instagram, and that's his Twitter. You can follow him on that, I guess. As you can see here, he's getting head from his dog, so that's pretty fun. And this is basically his main area of his house. So yeah, this is, and he got to keep the Ender Dragon egg, so that's pretty cool. And that's his dogs and stuff over there. And this is his horse and village area, and in here is his brewing area. So that's pretty much Juan's house. Oh yeah, and he has a whole like garden on the other side, but it's basically just like this room and that room combined, and it's just full of potatoes and carrots. So it's pretty cool. So Juan's house is pretty decent. I like Juan's house, and Juan is the main supplier of wood in the world. That's how he makes his money too, and that's his sugar cane. So, did you guys see that? Like that floating sugar cane? That was weird. Also, this is Juan's like second house over here that he's building. Not sure what he's gonna do with that yet, but I'm sure it'll be cool once everything is said and done. But like I said earlier, the rail systems do save a lot of time. As you can see here, I'm traveling very fast across the entire world, or like at least this map, and I go a pretty far amount. So they do save a lot of time, but if my friends don't feel like taking the rail systems, there are nether like transportation systems. Basically, there's a portal in almost every main thing that we have in this world, and then we have it set up in the nether to where there's like paths designated for certain locations, and then there's a portal to teleport you there. So if you don't like taking the rail systems, you could do that. So as you can see, we're coming up on my village here. You can see from all the buildings and the beacon, obviously. So what I'm going to do is just, give you a little tour of my village. So this is the house I made when I moved out of the main house. There's nothing really too special about this except for all the books. I got that from the End Fortress. So, it has everything you would need to survive. There's, down here is a strip mine system. So, you obviously know what a strip mine system is. I don't need to explain that. Oh yeah, that's my dog 911 too. Once I came out, like you come out here, when I first started this up, none of this was here. This was all forest, and this was just a pond. So if you go over here, this is my slime block, my trash can, and my sugar cane, the pier, and then the guest pier. Since I do like to fish a lot in this world, it's used quite often. So what I'm gonna do now is just go follow the path all the way around and show you each building. So the first building on the list is the brewing building. What the brewing building is exactly what it sounds like. It's a building specifically meant for brewing, so I have all my brewing supplies in here and all the potions that I've made from brewing. And up here is my nether wart. You know, you need that for brewing. So the next building on the path is the fishing hut. The fishing hut is one of the most useless buildings in the entire village because it's used the least. I just use it to store the fish there, and most of the time I don't even store the fish there. I just cook them right away and then eat them. But that was originally meant to like sell fishing rods and fish and stuff out of, because yeah, I hadn't really found out what I like to sell in this world, but I have found that now, and I'll explain that later once I find the building for it. So over here is the iron tool shop and the iron armor shop. So everything in here is iron, and my friends can just buy iron tools if they need it, and iron armor if they need it. So there's really nothing too special about this building except for it's just iron tools. Next over here, I gotta eat some carrots so I can run. Oh yeah, I should explain these two things because it has some relation to the building. Over here is the arena. This is where you would exit if you were a competitor, and this is where you would enter if you were a spectator of the battle. And if you are a competitor, you'll go into this building right here. You'll walk down these stairs and enter through this door, and this is the main arena. Basically what I did for the main arena was I just gathered a bunch of TNT and blew it up and carved it out, and then I added fire, and it looks pretty cool. So this is where the entrances is for the spectator. So if you were a spectator, you would watch, and then you would let the winner out of here, and that was the exit I showed you earlier. Basically what it is just a lever with a piston, and then it opens and closes, so they can't leave until the battle's finished. And then the spectator would just go up through this trapdoor and leave, simple as that. So yeah, oh, so I'm stuck. Okay, cool. So next on the list for buildings is the nether portal. There's nothing really too special about another portal, it's just another portal. So we can move on to this. Over here is the archery range. So basically, what you do is you just shoot an arrow. I could probably get one out of here. You shoot an arrow at each one of these buttons, and it just lights it up. And then, you know, you can tell that you hit it. That far one over there is the hardest one to hit, mainly because the arrows disappear and you can't really see it. But what's special about that one is if you hit it, I have redstone hooked up to where a firework will launch, so that'll look pretty cool. I would show you, but I don't want to spend time on missing a whole bunch, and there's no fireworks in there right now anyway. So that's my archery range. Next we have the first premium building on the list, and this isn't going to be the only one. There's going to be a ton of these surrounding my village, but this is the first one. It's for sale for 12 diamonds, so any of my friends watching, if you wanted to buy this, this is 12 diamonds up here. I didn't do anything special with this path right here, it's just a normal path. I wanted to do something more unique or cool looking, but honestly I just kind of threw this together really fast so there was quick access to the main house. So the main house is very small. I didn't really put much interior in it because I wanted to let my friends decide what to do for it, so there's only a couple chests and a crafting bench. There's a lot of windows though, I like how that looks, and then out here is a pier, or like a little, you know, pad, what are these called? Balcony, my bad. There's like glass windows through it, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion, and at night it almost looks like there's nothing there, especially on these stairs. So the stairs right here are kind of unnecessary, but it makes the house look really cool, and it's quick access to the roof too. I would say one of the biggest flaws about this house is that it's small and all the snow, but if you're looking for something small in the snow biome, it's perfect. So yeah, that's basically this house. I'm planning on building a bunch more, and this one is for sale for 12 diamonds, like I said. Okay, next on the list, what we have going over here is the Mike Nards. It's basically Menards, but with my name in it, and what you do here is you just buy, you know, tools, I guess. Not tools, but like, you know, hardware stuff, like crafting benches, furnaces, minecarts, all the stuff you would need for, like, I don't really know how to describe it, but like hardware and stuff like that. And then the chests up here, you know, for all the extra stuff for when people actually buy them. That people don't really shop much there because all that stuff is quite expensive for the materials used. Next on the list is the beacon. I basically just made this really cool tower surrounding it to make it stand out, so it's not just a light coming from the ground. And anytime I need to work on it, I just break one of these and I have it all sectioned off to where I can walk down there. So it's pretty cool. It's not that big of a pain to do. Over here, if you keep following the path, is the strip club, the Golden Apple. This is our only stripper in here. the snowman, snowwoman, my bad. And I'm surprised she's actually by the pole. She never really likes to go over here, as you can see by the floor. And this is the private room, so nothing really special with the strip club. That, you know, it adds a little bit of character to the village. Over here is the music shop. Basically, if you don't know, you can get a music disc for when a creeper is killed by a skeleton. So all these times are when a creeper was killed by a skeleton, and these are 1 diamond each. And there's also a jukebox in here if you wanted to sample some of the music and listen to it before you bought it too. So that's pretty cool. Next up on the list is this huge gigantic building that was supposed to be the first premium house that Juan bought, but we both couldn't really figure out something to do with it. So it kind of just remains empty, but I'm sure we'll both figure out something to do with it, and it'll look fantastic when it's done. Next on the list is this is my main thing that I sell to them, is the weapon shop. Here are the prices for everything in the weapon shop. And here's a catalog for what's to buy in the weapon shop. So this is how I make most of my diamonds and stuff like that. And to be honest, I really like doing stuff for it and earning the levels for it, so that's pretty cool. Over here is the thrift store. It's basically the stuff I get from mobs. All of the items in here are 1 iron each, which is honestly a pretty good deal, because if you look at a lot of this stuff, it would take way more than 1 iron to make. The only flaw is a lot of it's almost about to break, so I think it's a fair trade for a 1 iron ingot. Over here is the fountain. I couldn't really find much else to do with this area of land, so I just, you know, put a big mushroom fountain, and honestly it adds a lot of character to the town, so I really like how it looks. And then over here is the cemetery. It's basically where all the pets have died. So the pets that are in here are Cupcake, Mittens, White Lightning, Brown Pride, and Alejandro. 4 of those are Juan's. He has bad luck with his animals dying. Over here on the path, the last like 3 or 4 buildings is the meat shop. Basically what the meat shop is exactly what it is. I just sell meat, nothing too special about this. And then over here is the grocery store. It's the same thing as the meat shop, except for I sell groceries. This is my zombie spawner right here. You know what a zombie spawner is, so I don't really have to tell you in detail what that is, but all I did was make like a big tunnel down to it, so whenever I need levels or anything that a zombie drops, I go down there. This is my friend Taz's house. He requested me to build him a thing because he doesn't really play in the world that much, but when he does, he would like to have a house. So I carved him something out of a cave and made it look kind of nice for him, and I just wanted this to, you know, be his little area. So that's Taz's area. The last building in the town that I wanted to mention is Juan's first house. It's the one that I'm looking at right here. He requested me to build him this house when the village wasn't really that big, and this is the first thing I built for him. So it has everything you would need for a house, and then some storage space up here. As you can tell, a lot of the village, like the buildings in my village, look the same, but I think that makes the village look pretty cool. So I like the style of my houses. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Last thing that I wanted to show you was Anthony's like island that he built in the sky, and basically what he wanted to do with it was make it look like it was pulled out of the earth, as you could tell from the stone and then the dirt on the top. So I'll swim up there and then I'll meet you guys up there. Okay guys, as you can see, I am at the top, and what I like about Anthony's little thing that he has up here is it gives an amazing view of the village, and I think this is why he picked this location, because you can just like see everything around here, the premium houses, the archery range, and all the buildings. And my favorite thing about this is you can see the rail system from like really far away, so that's cool too. This actually isn't even really a house, it's like his home gym, and basically what these things are pull-up bars. I think he calls them that because like when you go up it, it's like you're doing a pull-up. I don't see it, but you know, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think of my village. Let me know what buildings I should add into it if you think I should. Let me know what you thought about it. Please rate it out of 10. Whatever you think the village is missing, please let me know to add it, and I will. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment, like, and if you guys like my material, please subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.